Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. Today we will be talking about Sky Jackson canceling kids for really just being kids and learning. Um, so not too long ago, Sky Jackson was just minding her own business, I guess, tweeting about racism and everything, which is fine. It's just freedom of speech. It's good to speak out against racism and everything. When she got some intel, a DM from a fan or whoever about a kid who said the N word. His friend said the N word, ninja. You can guess. And then his friend replied on Instagram saying guacamole ninja penis in like on the bottom of a post, and it was just kids learning what's acceptable, what's not. Um, and it's just normal, right? It's not. It doesn't mean it's right. I never said it was right, but um. So she takes this and she screenshots it, and she puts out a tweet with the information, phone number, supposed name of Dylan, um, and I think like work addresses, parents, like a lot of different things. And her little goons got that for her, and it was not even the right information. But she doxed this kid for being a kid, and it ruined his life. I mean, I can't even fathom how he felt. Like it's it wasn't even the right info. First of all, it wasn't Dylan. I don't think his name was Dylan or is Dylan, and it wasn't the right phone number. It wasn't his phone number. Wrong info, and the guy whose phone number it was kept getting called a racist. It was really just a witch hunt for no reason. It stuff like this doesn't benefit. It doesn't help these kids learn what's right and what's wrong. This whole cancel culture is really just a witch hunt for clout, for virtue signaling, for self righteousness. Maybe that person is a racist and they just project it on others, saying this person's a racist, and blame others for the problems in this world. I mean, it's so it's so it's so it's just so immature. The fact that people blame others for learning moments, like that is the whole point of being human, to learn. I mean, you learn. That's the whole point of being a kid. You learn things. I mean, that's the whole point of character development, and just like being open minded. Like, I mean, being closed minded is immature, and encouraging closed mindedness or forcing people to be what you think is open mindedness, which is also closed minded, doesn't help society. Um, it's just so. One thing I noticed was no she when she apologized, quote unquote, for getting the information wrong on her Instagram. Um, no one no one even paid attention. It's just like it was. I mean, it was illegal doxing. Um, and I've heard. I'm not sure if it's true. I've heard rumors that the whole kid's life was ruined. His parents lost their jobs. He got expelled from school. All these different things. Lost all of his friends. His whole world was rocked and ruined, just shattered. Um, and it just because any and I don't know. It just she got all this information wrong in the first place, and by doxing, which is illegal, and her apology wasn't even an apology. It was just, "Oh, I was wrong. Sorry about that, guys." Didn't apologize to the family, and she's done this multiple times to many different people. It's not an isolated case, not an isolated incident. Sh Celebrities can get away with this because they're celebrities. is so dumb. It's so unfortunate. This whole celebrities are gods unless they don't agree with the PC culture um is so BS. Like that is literally closed mindedness and kind of fascist. Not gonna lie, just the if you have a different idea, then you're wrong. I mean, it just like I have different ideas from a lot of people. That's the whole point of being an individual and not going with the mob. But I don't think I think that they're personally wrong, but I don't think that they're wrong to have that opinion, and I'm sure they have their own reasons to have that opinion and probably valid reasons. So it's just go off your own experience and don't I mean if they're I mean I've had this problem in the past where I sometimes get heated and just kind of project my opinion on people, whether they want to or not. But it's just like about if you're talking about the subject, then yeah, sure. But if it's just like a thing and they don't want to hear about it, then don't tell them about it. It doesn't really matter. Um, you have the right to opinion, and you have the right to say it, but it doesn't mean like they want to hear it. It's just like you have the freedom of speech, but it doesn't mean the freedom of speech doesn't mean they want to hear it. And the freedom of speech just means that you can't silence them either. They can't silence you, but you can't silence them for their opinion. So, if or what they say, just like that kid said ninja and his friend said ninja and whatever, they have the right to say that. And people have the right to say racist things, bigoted things, but it doesn't mean it's right. Or it might be right for them. Doesn't mean it's right socially, uh, uh, morally, but they have the right to say that's the whole point of our country is the freedom to say what you want, the not the encroachment of what you say, the freedom of thought. It's really until you start threatening and hurting people is when it gets the problem. And people say that hate speech is threats, like it can hurt people. If you are offended or hurt by some like I mean yeah, obviously if someone calls you ugly or something, yeah, it might hurt your feelings, and that's more understandable. But if someone says that they support, I don't know, like Donald Trump or something, and you get offended by that their opinion, and you get all butthurt over someone you probably don't know, or if you do know them, that's just being immature. You shouldn't even be doing politics if you're offended by something people say. I mean, lobbyists, they don't like their others' opinions, and obviously they'll try to bash them, which is wrong, but that's their whole business. But they don't get offended over other things people say, and they know that the other lobbyists have the right to say those things, and they won't try because like they have their right to say those things. So because if they try to silence the other people, which they do, um, then that just gives the other ones the right to silence them, which is not right. That's not in our Constitution. Our Constitution is all about freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of thought, lots of freedoms that everyone every day takes for granted, except for, or sorry, especially Twitter. Twitter is just this whole mob of people who want all these like the mob is just like, oh, cancel this person, cancel that person because wah, right? And it's total chaos. It's just like people's lives are ruined every day and canceled because they said something 10 years ago that they might not agree with this day. People change. I don't think it's like people don't realize that people change political opinions, people change morally, people change mentally, physically, everything. That's all part of aging and maturing. But it's like you see these people that are adults that are crying over spoiled milk, really, or just someone else's words that literally don't affect them in any way. Um, are it's just so immature. I mean, geez, how does it feel to have like a young kid have like, geez, I'm in high school. Like, how does it feel for a high school kid to be more mature than you? That's just like college and stuff. I mean, it's just like college is a whole thing, but it's just like being in a it's like growing up, especially high school, and maybe if you go to college, it's a whole thing about learning to be an adult, growing up, being mature, um, taking like having like virtues and morals and all these adult things and learning about life and how to survive and stuff. But it's like, why spend your time worrying about what other people say when you can just say what you say and move on in life and not cancel people on your free time and ruin other people's lives in your free time? That's just toxic. That's just not appreciating that like you have the freedom to say things, and it's just super hypocritical and wrong. It's just like you live on a dangerous slope these days. If you say something that someone doesn't like, it's just over for you. All right, guys. That's the end of the video for now. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. Hope everyone has a beautiful day. Peace.